Hello guys, welcome to another episode of TBB59C World of Tanks Blitz. And now we are looking at the M7 again. We looked at the M7 in the last video. That was the fully non-upgraded M7, like just fresh out of the garage, but now I've got it all upgraded. So, and for the reason I did this is because I found that almost all the World of Tanks Blitz channels on YouTube that I found, like they don't have any tank reviews that aren't fully upgraded. So I've decided to make one video of each to be fully upgraded, and another one is fully non-upgraded, so just fresh from the garage. And so here is the fresh new, this is not fresh, I guess, I said the wrong thing. This is the new upgraded M7. And as you can see, the turret is different. And like, if you haven't seen that first video, go and see it. Or you can just see this video, whatever you want. So as you can see, everything is upgraded. This tier 5, tier 5, tier 4, and tier 5 is like, the M7 only has a tier 4 gun even though. And this is the M3 gun that I was talking about in the last video. And this is the other turret, the new turret. This was the old turret. Let's just switch back to that gun for a second. This is the old turret. Remember the circle turret? This is the old turret. But this, the tier 5 turret, is a new turret. Like, now it's not all circly and weird. I don't know why I'm saying that circle turret is weird, but it just looks weird to me. Okay, so, like last time, we're gonna do the blitz hangar and all the other stuff at the end of the video, because I'm still thinking that you really want to see the gameplay first. So, this is the look around the M7. Like, the M7, okay, let's just take it back. And like, the M7 was actually a new project that wanted to have the, so the M7 was actually a project of which the Americans wanted to put the gun of the M4 Sherman, as you can see here, with the speed and maneuverability of the M5 Stuart. And the M7 is what they came up with. But the M4 Sherman was already in massive production, and the M7 was literally inferior to the M4 Sherman in nearly all aspects except for speed and maneuverability. Okay, so we are here in Massachusetts. And so, this is like the new one. Look how fast it accelerates now. Now it accelerates way faster than the new one. But it still doesn't accelerate the fastest. It isn't the fastest. It's fast. But Tensor 4D. Okay, let's just open. Oh, Lecter. Mr. Lecter, respond or no. Okay, gotta run. Oh dear. It's not blocking the way. I hate blocking allies, and I hate people blocking me. It's like, I hate people blocking allies. I don't really like people to block allies, because it's really annoying.
We nailed them bad!
Here's Churchill? Yeah, most likely it's Churchill. Blocking some more damage. Let's get behind here somewhere. Oh, there's a T-34. Well, that's the unupgraded T-34. So we gotta... Oh, he is dead already. Oh, M4. Oh no, he is aiming for us. Not as much health as I was hoping for.
Enemy armor is damaged.
See if our HE can set his engine on fire. I hope so. But that
Nice shot!
the M4 Sherman. So we gotta take that Panzer IV
We
out
got
first. And we are bouncing shots. But I guess the Panzer IV-D wants to retreat. So I'll shoot the Sherman first. Miss. Hello, Mr. D. Come out. Come out, Mr. D. Mr. D. See you. See you, Mr. D. I don't think I can't see you. Pre-A.
penetration.
Shoot him one time, and he should be dead. Okay. Someone else gets him, but still okay.
The gunner is
That
dead.
serious
We're trying to cover for him.
Steal, so yeah. M4, miss again. I come up with this turret. Goes down again. We're on relatively low health and we're losing this game. We are so losing.
Nice shot.
We are losing so badly. Well, at least it's almost back to the original score, and we are dead. Oh, that was so close to 100. The M4 Sherman is a 160 alpha damage, so if we get hit by that Sherman one more time, we're dead. Yep, we're dead now. Okay, we can only hide here because we basically can't do anything because if that Sherman hits us, we're toast. I think we're already toast. Oh, he's focused on that AT2. Let's see if we can get a couple free. No, we are dead. So dead. Oh, thank you, AT2. A shot for me. I'm gonna praise him.
We didn't even scratch them.
Loaded at least one AC. I guess we can only hold out. We destroyed 3 tanks. Wow. That was taken out firstly. There's only me and 2 tank destroyers. 82 and something. So let's just escape. Oh, Churchill. Oh dear. Oh, fat. It's not a Churchill 3 though. It's just a plain old Churchill 1. Please destroy it. I'm gonna try to use this Wolverine as a cover. No. See right when he comes up, shoot him. Come on, AT2. Come on. It's cute. He probably has eyes on me as I'm the lowest tank. Maybe we can shoot this M4. Oh, we are so dead. So dead. We are so dead. So dead. Come on, AT. Okay, you distract him and I'll try to shoot him from the side. Yeah.
This vehicle is hit.
Some mystery guy takes us out. Some mystery guy. Who is that? Okay, our AT2 is Zero. Wolverine and the AT2 are going to about where that guy was. Shot me in the middle. Now I am dead. So, yeah. 2 big holes. 2 big fat holes. Oh, that's it, the M8A1. Get him. Yes. Well, at least we won this battle, but I hope we're not the last person again. We were not the last person with 4. Okay. So, now, the second turn. And, yeah, the M7 was actually pretty enjoying. The M7 can bounce shots, like you just saw in that battle. And so, the M7 was my first tier 4, and I think it was followed by maybe the Panzer IV-D or something. It's I really like the Panzer I mean the Panzer III and the M5 Stuart. So like I don't know why, but like the Panzer III actually goes pretty fast, almost as fast as the Stuart. So like I didn't really like the Stuart anymore, and I kept on liking Panzer III. But then like I just went with the M7. So instead of using the M5 Stuart, I used the M7. The M7 is way more fun. And like as you can see there, this gun is a 75mm gun, so it's more powerful than that old 57mm on that.
Let's go!
Last video, the M7. So okay, let's move out, just like the guy said. Okay. Yeah, so let's go. Let's support that. B. Let's go. It's not knocked over into our enemy spots. Like the back of us is like pretty round. The top part of our tank is actually pretty round. It's a Lago, but unfortunately we missed the spot. It's a pretty bad idea. Oh come on, you Panzer IV. Why did you just block my shot right when I was about to shoot? Come on. For Sherman, Mr. Sherman, Mr. Sherman. Oh yeah, and like the M7 was named after, and the M4 Sherman was named after William Tecumseh Sherman in the Civil War. And so I know, like there were actually two M7s. This was one of the two M7s.
Ricochet!
And then there was actually another M7, which was I think like a artillery thing. I'm not sure. I read about a other M7 in the book. Oh yeah, and that book is Spearhead by Adam Makos. You should probably go check it out. I really wish he would be my sponsor, but no, he's not. Yes, so Mr. Sherman, come with me.
Nice shot!
Critical. Yeah. Okay, see, this armor really can bounce shots, even from an M4 Sherman. Okay, Lago. Mr. Lago. Sherman? Peek out again? No. Oh, there's a full health KV-1. That was a good thing I never went there, or I would be dealing with a full health KV-1 and I'm pretty much dead. So, see Sherman's tracks. Oh my god, this turret just fell off. This turret literally fell off.
Enemy armor is damaged.
That Sherman's getting annoying. Let's call for some help.
The engine is damaged. We slowed down.
Oh, the Sherman's back. Good. Oh, leopard. Oh my, we're on 48 health. Come on, get me out of here. Come on, speed. Get me out of here. Phew. That was close. Oh dear. That
We're done for. Get out!
Okay.
We've just stinged them.
This Crusader is the only person. No, kill that Sherman. Kill that Sherman. And you're dead. Probably. Yeah, you're probably dead. So, yeah. Let's do one more battle because this one was pretty disappointing. So, okay, let's do one more battle in the M7 and I'll talk about all the specs and things. Yeah, and it'll be blitz hanger time. Okay, so let's do one more battle in the M7. And, yeah. Make sure to comment your favorite tanks. Well, I can't do premium tanks because I literally don't have any. And, like, I don't really spend money on this game. Okay, we are bottom tier. So that means bottom tier means that there's a higher tier. You're the lower tier team. So in this case, we're tier 4 and they're tier 5s. And like, see that T14 guy? I'm planning to do that T14. I will do a T14 review someday, but just not today. Because I don't have it. I will have it, but
Time to roll out.
Okay, let's do this. That side. Now let's stick to this side. This thing turns really good. Like, now this really does have the maneuverability of an M5 student. Okay. Let's pump up the railway. Oh, we actually flew. Oh, Panzer 4G. Panzer 4G, come on, get me out of here. Tank. Get me out of here, engine. Come on. Get me out of here, engine. Come on. Come on, get me out of here. Phew, got out. So, I'm not gonna go to the rail area. I didn't want to say the rail area, but I said the wrong thing. Okay, we have the Panzer 4G right here. What the hell, that Electo was, he doesn't have any of them.
Nice shot.
And so, we have to deal with this, deal with this Panzer 4G.
Enemy is hit.
One, we can't circle eject him. Oh, maybe we can. No, we cannot.
The engine is cutting out. Put up a fire. That's gotta hurt. We put up a fire.
Shoot him one more time.
We've hit them hard.
Oh, I should have rammed him. No. Come on, let me...
Please God, find us another target.
Yeah, that's how... Yeah. I literally spent more than 500 HP just trying to shoot somebody. Just trying to defeat a Panzer 4G, so... Maybe you should go and check out the Panzer 4G. I will do a review on that thing someday.
They're knocked out.
7 Julio. We destroyed 2 tanks. So let's carefully come here because there's a almost full health Panzer 4B. There's a Stoke 3G, so get out of here. Stoke, show me that Stoke. Can I get at least one shot in? One shot? Just one shot.
Penetration.
He's probably gonna shape his attention to me or something. Is he? Oh no. Yep, he's aiming for us. So we have to move away. No, we hit the side thing. No. Come on, Panzer 4G, you take him out. Oh, yeah, he's the only person left, so... Yep, this is pretty much the end. And not too slow again. Okay, so this is the last battle. And okay, now we can go to let's check out specs. Alright, we're number 3, the best. The best of these 2 videos. Okay, so... The consumables, I have the multi-purpose restoration pack, I have the first aid kit and the repair kit. We have bottle of cola, and the ammunition, we have 31 armor piercing and 5 armor piercing composite rigid. Okay, let's just get some APCR. And I have gun rammer, improved modules, improved optics, supercharge, improved assembly, engine accelerator, and enhanced tracks. And speaking of improved assembly, like before you press the improved assembly, I mean like before you unlock it, like you're only gonna have 610 HP, and like me, I have 647. So if you want more HP, go ahead and select improved assembly. Like all of these, you need to use silver to unlock them. So I didn't use these two as like I really want to save up silver, and so. Now let's go to blitzhanger.com, and then it's gonna be the end of this video. Hello guys, welcome to another TBB. Oh, I don't need to say that. I keep on messing this up. Okay, so here we are at blitzhanger.com. And we're at the M7. And we are the fully upgraded version. So for the provisions, we have bottle of cola, we have gun rammer, improved modules, improved optics, engine accelerator, improved assembly. Oh, why am I pressing these away? Okay, and there is supercharge and enhanced tracks. And this is what the non-upgraded M7 looked like. As you can see, the circle gun and all the stuff. But now, we are not unupgraded. We are fully upgraded. Yes. Now, the HP is 647, which isn't bad. And it was 610, but because we pressed the improved assembly, I purchased the improved assembly in the equipment section, and then it gives you 37 more hit points, and now I have 647 hit points. The view range is 275.0 meters, which is pretty good. The firepower, the AP shell is 1,108 DPM, penetration is 106, which isn't that bad. Damage is 140, which also isn't that bad. Devices and crew damage is 100, which isn't that bad. Velocity is 1,008, which isn't that bad. Penetration loss over distance is 6.60%, which isn't bad. Caliber 75.0 millimeters, that isn't bad for tier 6 and for tier 4s. So the old one had a 57 millimeter cannon, but now we have a 75 millimeter cannon with the M3, which I had said in the video, because it's fully upgraded now. And then the caliber is 75.0 millimeters. Rate of fire is 7.92, which is slightly less than the 57 millimeter, but the M3, the 75.0 millimeter M3 gun, does more damage per shot, so that more than likely makes it up. The reload time is 7.58, which is also longer than the 57, but each shell does more damage, so it makes up for it. The APCR shell's DPM is 950. The penetration is 115. Let's see. Oh, the QF Mark III, the 57 millimeter gun's APCR does penetrate more armor, as you can see. The M3 can only penetrate 115, but the 57 millimeter one can penetrate 170. The damage is more. The damage is about the same damage as the 57 millimeters AP shell. Device's crew damage is 100. The velocity is 1,170, which is also less than the QF Mark III. The penetration loss over distance is 7.89. No, it's 6.52. Sorry. The caliber is 75.0 millimeters. Rate of fire, and all that's the same. Now let's do the HE shell. The DPM is 1,583. Penetration is 38. But the DPM is really good, but you can only get that DPM if every one of your HE shells penetrates, which is unlikely, because it is only gonna probably be likely if you're shooting tier 2s or tier 4s, or no, not tier 4s, or tier 1s. The damage is 200, which is pretty good. But again, you need to penetrate the armor in order to get that damage. The devices and crew damage is 100, velocity is 805, and the explosion radius is 1.06, which isn't bad. Now, time for the gun handling. The basic aim time is 3.22, which is... Oh, I totally messed this thing up. Oh, no. Okay, let's just swipe this back to not mess everything up again. Yeah, so in the caliber... Okay, we're at gun handling, not caliber. Base aim time is 2.49 seconds. Dispersion is 0.441, which is pretty good. When moving, it's 0.200, which is good. When rotating, it's the same, which is good. When rotating turret, it's even less, which is good, even better. After shot is 4,000, which is absolutely not good. Depression is 8 degrees. Elevation is 18 degrees. Oh, I made the screen blurry. The aiming arc is definitely 180. Traverse speed is 43.81 degrees per second. Now it's time for the mobility. We don't need that. 7, 8. There we go. Mobility, the weight is 25.85, which is still the same. Forward is 48. Backward is 18. Effective power to weight ratio on hard terrain is 21.12. The on medium terrain is 17.60, which is actually really good. All of these effective power to weight ratio are better than the old one, the newly upgraded. Oh, sorry for that. The newly upgraded one is like that tier 4 engine is kind of weak. So now the power to weight ratio is really good. So the on hard terrain is 21.12, on medium terrain is 17.60, on the soft terrain is 15.09. The traverse speed on hard terrain is 68.24, which is good. On medium terrain is 56.87, which is also good. On soft terrain it's 48.75, which is also good. Size is 5.23 meters times 2.78 meters times 1.95 meters. The concealment while still is 25.80%, while moving is 19.40%. Upon firing while still is 6.71%. Upon firing while moving is 5.04%. Now, let's look at the armor profile. Armor profile. Okay, so here you can see the turret is not a circle anymore. And so there's 35 millimeters on the sides. There's a lot of 35 millimeter armor on this tank. And because if you side scrape this thing, it's really good. It's see 152 millimeters, and that's even a ricochet angle. Even if you do like this, it's still 84 millimeters, which is really good, but you still get penned. That's just 53, yeah. A little bit less than 94 millimeters. So it can equal almost 100. The back is 24 millimeters, which is not so great, but it's normal. The one thing that isn't normal is that the tier 5 British premium heavy tank, the Excelsior, actually has a pretty well armored back, the rear. I think it has 101 millimeters, which is very unusual. So maybe take away the external modules. The bottom and the top is both 35 millimeters, and if you angle it, it gets even better. But this is a ricochet angle, so yeah. The front there is 54 millimeters. The middle sort of thing has 35. And the bottom is 45, and the other side's the same. And the little area, the machine gun area thing, has 35 millimeters. Just like I said, there's a lot of 35 millimeter armor on this tank. Right there, 45 millimeter. So let's just get back the gun. The 18 degrees of elevation and the 8 degrees of gun depression. And so the spaced armor has 51 millimeters, which isn't bad. The side armor is 45, the front is 60, the back is 40 millimeters, and the other side's still the same, 45. The top is 35 millimeters and 25 millimeters, but that doesn't really matter. Okay, now let's see the armor performance. Against tier 5s, the sides and rear can easily be penned. The front can still hold up. The tier 4s, the front can still hold up. The rear and sides are still vulnerable. Against tier 3s, it's just a little harder. Tactics. The peekaboo isn't recommended. Long range sniping isn't recommended. Frontline isn't recommended. However, the circle of death is good. So you have good aiming arc, good traverse speed, and good power to weight ratio. So you can drive behind slow tank destroyers and heavy tanks and keep circling around them to avoid being hit while making easy shots into the back of the enemy. Good traverse speed and acceleration is required. Hit and run. is average because the view range is good, the speed forward is average, the power to weight ratio is also average. So, hide in the bush, spot the enemy without being seen, take a shot and start running. Fast. Repeat until no enemies left. Master this technique, and there are many masteries coming your way. So the historical reference, development started in 1941. Initially, the vehicle was developed as a light tank. However, as the model gradually received extra armor and armaments, it was reclassified as a medium tank. Production of the M7 started by the fall of 1942. However, since the M7 was inferior to the mass-reduced M4 Sherman in all parameters except speed and dimensions, the production was stopped. A total of 7 vehicles were produced. And this is the end of the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the notifications bell, and share this video with your friends. And remember, if you want me to review a tank, just tell me the tank name, comment it in the comments section. But just one note, I can't do premium tanks because I really don't like to use money in the game. And so I will be able to quickly make a review of any tank from tier 1 to tier 5. I will be able to make one really easily. And so, Mr. M7 here is going to say goodbye. And yeah, so like and subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, and don't forget to go to blitzhanger.com.